Friends, imagine a future where a nuclear war has destroyed everything and humans are now controlled by an AI system. In such a situation, will humans be able to resettle this earth by fighting robots? Let's take a look at today's science fiction series named Electric Dreams. At the beginning of the episode, we see Emily, who was listening to the news on the radio in the car going towards the city. The newscaster reports that the conflict between China, US and Russia has escalated significantly. Tense, and Emily is seen going from above with a missile. She steps out of the car to see that missile had turned the whole city into ashes within seconds. Emily wakes up from her dreams and 20 years had passed since that missile attack. She had devastated all of humanity and lived in a small town of the MLE universe where they tried to repopulate the world. But the biggest obstacle in this work was an autofac named Autofactory. This factory was fully AI-based automatic and was built to manufacture necessary products for war. Now the problem was that Autofac used to work on the principle of consumerism, meaning that whatever product Autofac will make now, people will have to use it no matter what. Humans had no such thing as freedom of choice. Autofac had already changed into a system that humans had never thought of. Products could only be made here and manufacturing of anything was banned elsewhere. Along with these products, they produced a lot of toxic gas and water, rendering the earth incapable of inhabiting. Which means that even years after the war had ended, humans had not recovered because Autofac was controlling all the minerals of the world. And because of all this, people couldn't leave their town. Autofac had left drones everywhere to keep an eye on people. If anyone tried to leave the town, they would be killed immediately. The people of Hamlet and town were really annoyed with the auto factory and wanted it to shut down. But to do this, they first had to contact the AI of the auto taxi there and tell it that the war was over. Because they believed that Autofac was made to operate during war days. So hearing that the war is over, it will shut down by itself. And if their plan didn't work, they also had a plan B. And then to make contact with AI, they order some products so that they can grab the AI's attention. In their team is Emily, the leader of the town Conado, and Dato, Amisin Nipo, and Pakamaisa, and Deseto, and Deskisao. Driver priest quietly starts betting on the drone that had to come taking the order, and as soon as the drone arrives, Emily shoots it down. Then they remove the chip embedded in it and go to the lab, where Emily, who was a very genius coder, he has even reached the customer code of the through drone of some police station. Then they start thinking about what message should we send in customer support so that they can connect with their AI. But they were also careful that their message would not confuse the AI and start a drone attack. And then Emily decides to say that the product was already damaged. The product was delivered to him. He had used fake words about the product to confuse the AI. After which they get a reply that a customer support representative will be sent to them tomorrow. So the next morning, he calls a meeting in Corner Town and tells everyone everything. The people of the town council were frightened after hearing this. But Conrad explains to them that we may be the last survivors and we have to do them. We have to shut down that factory so humanity can move forward, and if we don't shut it down, all of humanity will end. Conrad also hints that if matters get out of hand, they will forcefully shut down Autofac. After the meeting, Emily goes to spend some time with her new friend Evisai. Evisai was very fond of reading books and he had kept many important books. Seeing which Emily says that after meeting Aljad, this knowledge can reach heavier people. Here, Abhishek also confesses his love to her, but before she could respond, the AI ship arrives there. Out of which comes a human aid AI Alice. Conrad and Padre talk to her and she reveals that the words used in the complaint were fake. She also says that I know that no one has ever used the product we are going to sell. Rather, they have wasted it. To which Conrad says, why do you send it then? Alice says, because it's our job. Afterwards, Conrad says that we don't need your service, you should stop processing orders. But Alice replies that you should use unprocessed orders. Outside, Emery uses a taser on Alice when she realizes that talking to her is pointless, causing Alice to short circuit and collapse due to the shock. After which they lift him and take him to the lab.
Emlu had connected Alice's brain to his computer, which showed him that Alice is a very advanced person and she is exactly like a human being. She could think like humans. She also had fears, likes, and dislikes. There was a feeling that Amy had never seen such a program before, so she was not able to reprogram it by doing anything. She even opened her brain and watched it. But the family did not understand anything to plate it. On the other hand, what questions did the people of the town have? They start doing this and they think that if they don't leave the address, then fact up, he will send a killer drone on which he says that this is their last chance to free themselves. And he tells them his second plan that they should do this first. Reprogram and go to the towpath to destroy it by planting it with a bomb. But everyone else does not like this plan. On the other hand, the family falls asleep while sitting and dreams that they have cut off their hand. Then Konda wakes up from his eyes. Emily discusses Alice's human-like intellect. He had also installed a new program, but only after Alice woke up could he know whether it was working or not. Then, within some time, Alice woke up and the new program was not working at all because Alice still knew. Who is she and what is happening with her? The family asked Ned to leave from there, saying that if I don't go back on time, the auto pack will come looking for me. So leave me, Emily realizes this. That he has very little time left.
Take out the drone chip, take out Alice's password, Sir Repulse, because Alice was afraid that he would help her. It's ready. Of course, Emily went out and lied to Garner and Pritchard. She programmed Alice because don't tell me the mission has spread. Leon Liming is those who carry their weapons, Alice. Move into the boat together. They threw Goto on their way to understand the blue pattern. Let Alice serve the safe removal. On the elevator outside the factory, they're going through here now. Thousands of products are produced every second in the factory. They will transport the drawer somewhere. I don't know where these products will end up. Emily gave them 2 watches so they could attack them. Set time to percentage. He was blown out of the factory by a bomb in 15 minutes. Have to leave the first basement floor without making any mistakes. When he got there, the priest went out to find the server room. He was walking down the hall, but we saw an invisible AI is following him. As soon as the priest heard the sound, he looked back at him. No one saw him running to the server in fear. He found the room, but when he went in, sent AI to hit him on the head. The rest of the main BAL team reached tier 2 where the corner came down and he made a tip in the server room. So he had a voice saying he took out the gun. Enter LA and Alistelli, so ML. Ask us how we have so many people who imitate human beings. Maybe on Zeiss, Alice will tell him that the car manufacturer, like a model of a dead man, every model of human network AI is built on someone or someone. Passe. So they can do all the things like they do to the floor of Emily. There are many incubators for human beings, vehicle lines that have not been enabled. In its view, a very familiar person. She broke her own glass from the Raven bar. The AI version is, she was irritated and she understood. All people want to restore themselves. Alice is in Zeiss. He said he didn't want another raise, but he's done it. Just then Anne heard Kana's phone stop. When she returned to the corner of the voice, she saw another AI was destroyed by these visible AI. Just then Alice suddenly slammed Emily from behind. Then we saw his brain computer in one place. Connect to Alice analyzing her lamp. He asked Aman what all this was all about. Alice said, I wanted to know about yours. She said what was wrong with the model. Man died in war. This makes the factory meaningless, so shut itself down. Instead, he built a very advanced human-assisted AI robot. Those who don't know that it is AI automatic factor. By giving them fake members, putting them in different fields, spread all over the world. Bossy MLAs and coronards live there, use products, but people in this family make a mess and make it unqualified. A scale tries to know, and finally,
The problem is that Emily discovered a lot of facts. Sadly, they are all Evan's fakes, and so are they themselves. Then Alice said it was true, and now they sent the missile away. To destroy this town, you can restart, because she's worried that like Emily, the rest of us, their minds have also been destroyed. Emil told you not to, but Alice not to. When he hears an error in the MLE system, it's a virus, put it in its code. There's a huge turning point here. Mealy Reveal said she already knew she was A. So he put the virus on himself? By influencing others, take them away. She said I was real when I slept. So one day, he himself began to appear. I was cut off and I knew it was AI. She'll ask me if I'm modeled, so here, Emily is a real automatic, well-informed person. That's why some of his memes and AI versions of humanity and stayed. Therefore, Emily has much more feelings for other people than for other people. Evan's love is also in his town. So he plans to stop automatic repair. He used Alice to finish the work, was deliberately captured. By spreading the virus automatically, we can turn off the factor, and here we see that in the factor, everything seems to take off the shirt. Alice P, we know that those nuclear bombs, no, it's rabies virus from MLE. The last CMM saw MLA return to town. Only at a short distance can there be a failed missile. Her boyfriend is here, ML, and drove her away. This is the end of the film.